Monastery Goloseevskaya Hermitage. On this picture you see how it looks like now, but all these buildings were erected during the last 20 years only, so the monastery is rather young. So this path navigates you to the monastery. Why people call it hermitage or desert sometimes? Because before on these hills there were sand and only bushes and no any trees, and people only in 17th century people planted all these trees. And only in 17th century the first church was erected here, and since the time it was the summer residence of bishops from Kyiv, Lavra. From right side you see a small church dedicated to the Mother Alipia. Mother Alipia, it's a woman who generally died in 13 October 1988. So she left in 20th century. Yeah. And before this place here was her house. Generally, as I said, the monastery began its history since 17th century, and the complex of buildings existed up to 1926, when Soviet communists came into power, and this year they destroyed all the monastery buildings. So what you see now were rebuilt, reconstructed since 1993, when the monastery returned back to the Orthodox community. On the main alley there is the central cathedral. By the way, I forgot to mention that this is a men's monastery. And this Mother Alipia, she lived near the entrance to the monastery, and at that time there was not monastery, there was the rest, ruins. Yes, and she dreamt that the monastery will be renovated, and also all her dreams, as we see, came into the true. And this is the tomb of Mother Alipia. And yes, as you see, usually there are a lot of visitors, a lot of people, because even after the death her soul does a lot of miracle deeds. As you see, a lot of people are sitting near her tomb and pray for her. Yes. And at the date of her death, 30 October, to enter to this tomb there is a very big queue. A lot of people come here. And beside their church there is a small cemetery, yeah, a new one or renovated, because in 1926 all the buildings, including cemetery, were destroyed by Soviet communists. So I think now, when Ukraine became an independent country, all the buildings, including cemetery, were renovated. Goloseevskaya Heritage Monastery.